everybody, welcome to another video. We start this one off with me being on a roundabout. I'm about to go onto the A12, heading towards the Blackwall Tunnel. Now, in front of us there's 3 lanes, 4 lanes even, 2 lanes that go right onto the A12, which is the one that I'm in now, and the one next to me to my left. The others go off to the A12 East and the North Circular, the A406. Now most people get it right, these 2 lanes go onto the A12. Except for one car. And you know what it's going to be, don't you? It's got to be an Audi. Always an Audi. Shoots around the outside, which is the 406, and cuts in there, or it's going to be on the 406. The van in front of me doesn't know where it's going, stopping me from speeding up a little bit, and the Audi undertakes me along with this Jeep before I had time to move over. So as soon as I get onto a straight stretch, I move over and we'll speed it up a little bit until we get to a tunnel where there's solid white lines. 2 solid white lines, which you're not allowed to cross. And if we go to the rear camera, you'll see, yes, another Audi coming up behind me. It slows down though, probably to get on the London dashcam. Slows down so I can have a little look at its number plate, and then speeds up. That was a bit weird. And then crosses it. Always an Audi. So what has it gained by doing that? Not a great deal. And you'll see in a second, it does pull back out to the right, and it's got in front of 2 vehicles doing that, doing a bit of undertaking and crossing the solid lines. Was it worth it? Leaves the Jeep hardly any braking distance as well by doing that. Good bit of driving. Not. So next up we have 2 lanes up in front. One is a designated right turn only lane. We all know that because there's a sign there. We can all see the sign except for one car. This guy, he can't see that. Now I know we all see this time and time again every day, but the worrying part about it for me is where he goes to actually get into that lane. He's completely on the wrong side of the road to get into a lane that he doesn't even want. And as predicted, he just goes straight through. So next up, we're looking at the Audi to the right hand side there. There's 2 lanes that go into one. I'm leaving him enough space to get in there, but he has to be in front. Always an Audi. But now we're looking at this guy over here on the phone. You can see it in his left hand just about. After I let this guy go, the jogger, we'll go to the rear camera and you can see him holding it in his left hand. Why? Why? Next up, we're in Fulton Heath, which is in the borough of Croydon, the London borough of Croydon, where they drive differently. They block up a roundabout and actually laugh about it. Now I'll show you the difference in how they drive in Croydon, or Fulton Heath, which is Croydon anyway. They drive a little bit differently. They don't give a monkeys about anything. So we'll speed it up to the next one. There's about four incidents that happen in this short patch of time. Obviously one we've just gone past with the roundabout. We've got a bit of roadworks up here, which slows everything up. And we come to another roundabout where that guy over there to the right has blocked that one up as well. You must be able to clearly see that there's roadworks and heavy traffic, but doesn't matter, does it? So now we're looking over there. That car there is slowly going through that zebra crossing. So the Audi behind it must be able to see that it cannot clear that zebra crossing, but blocks it up anyway. Always an Audi. So we'll continue a bit further. And we're looking at the blue car in front of us. That in the end, when we come to a zebra crossing up here, you'll see it does something that it shouldn't do as well. So there's a guy over to the right hand side. He's got a Zimmer frame, so he's not very nimble on his feet. He's a bit slow getting across, but he's on the zebra crossing now. So that blue car should be waiting. On the crossing, mate. He's on the crossing. Just because he's slow, you've still got to wait for him. Where have you gone, anyway? How far have you got? So we'll speed it up again. And you'll see just how far that blue car got. As I pull out here, it would be behind the bus instead of in front of the bus. So it gained pretty much nothing. So we'll move on a little bit further. Until we come to another roundabout. Now we've had roundabouts on the channel recently before, and it's priority to traffic approaching from the right. That's what it says in the highway code, okay? That's what it says in the highway code. As you can see, there's nothing that's coming round my way to the right, so I can go. The van's staying. We're looking at the bus. Now he can clearly see me. Why should I slow up for him? He should be waiting for me. Now a few moments down the road from there, we're looking at a transit van, transit truck thing coming towards us here. Look at all them RSJs on there. How heavy are they? What's holding them where they are? What's stopping them going from side to side? Nothing. There's nothing there. That piece of wood that's hanging on the side there ain't going to stop fuck all. I think if I leant on that, it'd fall over. Look at that strap. It's as loose as hell. There is so much weight on that truck with a loose strap and nothing on top stopping it from going side to side. Unbelievable. Piece of rope holding the RSJs on that truck. Having a laugh, aren't you? So further down the road we come to some roadworks where the guy in front of me makes his intentions very clear indeed. He's going through whatever colour that light is going to be, the way he moved out there. But why do people think that they can actually go through red lights at temporary lights? Now, let's see how many are still coming my way when I get green. Now, they would have had a green light waiting for that guy to come through there, without a doubt. And the whole idea is now, let's see how many people do it to me. We had traffic going our way, so we're a little bit different. They got no traffic coming this way. They can see. Now you'll see up there, that car there is pulling over at a red light. But there's two cars behind him that think that the red light's not for them. There's two that's waited. You fucking know. You fucking know. Now in this clip we're coming up to a roundabout again, another mini roundabout where people seem to, it does my head in, people don't know the rules of roundabouts. It's really bizarre. First come first serve, isn't it? No, it's not. Now I could be on the roundabout there before that bus, but he's approaching from the right, so I let him go first. So now we're looking at this car over there that's doing a U-turn there. The bus has got no choice but to go over the top of that. But look at this car. It's not even looking to the right. I'm on the roundabout by a long way. Now you did that blind as well. totally blind you did that. Now I'm approaching my favourite roundabout that's been on the channel recently quite a bit. But before we get to the roundabout, I want to give you a top tip on this guy behind me. He's a private hire driver. He's got his fog lights on. It's 10 to 7 in the morning. Now what that tells me is he's been driving all night and one of his normal lights doesn't work. So he's been driving all night with his fog lights on. And by the way, this isn't guesswork. I do know the industry, so I do know what they do. So if anyone turns up to you in the morning or at night for that matter and they've only got fog lights on, be aware, because if they're willing to just bypass something wrong with their car, what else are they bypassing that's wrong with their car? I know that they have to do MOTs every 6 months, but a lot can go wrong in 6 months. We'll get back to that guy in a minute, but here comes the roundabout. Can stop. Jesus, it's this roundabout. Now it didn't look like he was going to stop to me, but we're going to go to this set of traffic lights up here. And as I keep saying, amber does mean stop, but only when safe to do so. That gap there isn't great for me to stop because it would be a hard stop, especially when I've got this joker behind me. It wouldn't be safe to stop at an amber. Now that red light up there isn't our red light. That red light is for the other side. We would still have a green when they got red, so don't get confused by that. Now in this clip, I'm just about to go onto the A3, which means you stay to the right hand side and you go up the slip road and you join the 3 lanes of traffic. There are signs telling you which lanes you should be in, and you should have a rough idea of where you're going anyway. And even if you haven't got any idea of where you're going, your sat-nav will tell you which lanes to be in nowadays. They are quite clever, which always makes me think that when people do this sort of thing, like this professional driver to my left hand side, who should know which lane he's going to be in, that it's done on purpose because the left hand lane was moving freely and we were stuck in traffic. So he's queue jumping, but not queue jumping very well. So when we go to the rear view camera now, you'll see how many people have to make allowances for this idiot. Remember, this guy takes passengers around for a living and he cannot do the basics of being in the correct lane. And please don't tell me it might be his first time driving in this area. Bollocks to that. So, moving on. Further down the A3, just up there to the left hand side, there's going to be a slip road coming on. Now it's not down to me to move over to get out of their way, it's down to them to slow up or speed up to get out of my way. But this red car is doing neither. So I have to move out, otherwise it was just going to drive into me. But there was a reason why I was delayed in moving over. Because that same professional driver that made the cock up back there is sitting in the middle lane. That's another thing that they do. They come onto these roads and they just sit in the middle lane constantly. They do not move. They just sit there, overtaking fuck all, getting in the way, like it has done there. Now I've got 2 fucking idiots behind me. So we're on the good old M25 for this clip. As you can see, the car in front of me has just moved over to the left hand side, so I can start to overtake. It was going a little bit too slow to be in lane 3, to be honest. So I can overtake now. I couldn't get over to the right because Dan James was there. He used to be a footballer. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he used to play for Fulham, Leeds, Man United. He's come down a few pegs or 2. Look, there he is again. Well, anyhow, I can overtake now, and I am overtaking, as you can see. Now here's the bit that a few of you middle lane hogging brigade will get the ump with. Now you will be saying move over to the left. Now I can see that lorry up in front, so it's pointless me going into the inside lane. I can see the car to its right that I'm also catching up quite quickly. So there is absolutely no point in me moving over to move straight back again. It's not it's not particularly very wise to actually keep changing lanes on a motorway anyway when you don't have to. For a few seconds, some of you will be saying, yeah, you were lane hogging, but look how quickly I've caught this car up. As I go to overtake this white car, we'll go to the rear camera in a second to see what was going on behind me. There we go. And you'll see one of my favourites in a minute that's not happy with anyone on the motorway. Yes, it's the good old Audi. Always an Audi that goes round everyone. There's the white car that I was overtaking. Now if I freeze it here for all you lane hogging brigade, this one is lane hogging and this one is lane hogging because they're not overtaking anything. All of us to its right or to their right are overtaking things, but they are not overtaking things. So if they were over to the left, this Audi would not be able to do what it's about to do. So as it shoots up the inside, undertakes everyone in sight, not only cuts across, watch all the brake lights come on because it actually goes out into the outside lane and makes everybody brake for it. Nobody does it better than an Audi. Now we're looking at the car to the left hand side. Just because you put an indicator on, it doesn't mean that you've got priority to just pull out. That's not a lot of braking distance for me now. And I will speed it up just to show you that I will move over when the time is right, when I stop overtaking things. So now I move over, and as soon as I do, that lorry pulls out and messes everything up anyway. So I'm looking to go back out again. Now a similar thing happens to be in this clip. We're looking at this guy here. A lot of people will be saying you're not overtaking anything, but when we go to the front camera you'll see why. I'm almost sort of boxed in, and this car coming up the inside of me isn't helping. He's part of me being boxed in. But I can only overtake. You can see him looking at me, look. He's looking at me saying, what are you sort of doing there? So as he comes up the inside of me here, I can't go anywhere, can I? I've got stuff in front of me. But as I said in the last clip, if everyone was over one lane to the left, he wouldn't be able to do what he's about to do. I can't drive any faster than that little truck in front of me. I've got to keep a distance. So if we go back to the rear, he goes back past me. He's looking over to the left, made himself some space, and off he goes undertaking. Now the white lorry here actually gets the message and moves over, realises what it's doing, and as soon as it gets undertaken there, it moves over. The other truck doesn't. Again, I've overtaken that white truck. I can only overtake this lorry to my left as quick as the car in front of me. I can't do it any quicker than him. I've got to keep safe braking distance. And as I speed it up here, I will show you that I'm overtaking stuff. And then I do move over and I will overtake from that lane. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.